So, tell me what we're going to talk about today.
Today, we've got our San Diego Comic-Con special part 2 featuring Robotech available to stream free, Rick and Morty Season 4 news, HBO's The Watchmen trailer review, more CBS All Access short treks, CW Arrowverse fall season trailer reviews, the 60s Robin Burt Ward joins Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, Snowpiercer the series trailer review, the Orville Season 3 moves to Hulu, in Marvel news, the Eternals main cast announced, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings announcement, Marvel's Disney Plus series release dates, Jane Foster returns for Thor: Love and Thunder. Valkyrie announced as Marvel's first LGBTQ hero. Blade returns and enters the MCU. And Black Widow movie footage revealed. All this and more on this week's episode of Keepin the Geek Bros. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, Keeping Up with the Geek Bros.
Yes! Keepin the Geek Bros podcast, San Diego Comic-Con special part 2. I'm your host, Vibe. And with me are my fellow Geek Bros.
Garbanzo.
Jotaro.
Yes, before we get started, Garbanzo, can you please tell these fine people where they can find us on social media?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to channel my inner Darth Flex.
Are you drinking the sweet tea vodka? I hope you're not, because I'm going to be jealous.
I'm not. I decided just to have some soda.
Sweet tea vodka? The fuck?
It's delicious, Jotaro. Don't you dare.
Why can't I have any? What do you mean? I want some.
Oh, sweet tea.
Absolutely. That's all I have left.
Sweet tea vodka on the rocks. That's all you need in your life. That's it.
Actually, I like to have a little raspberry iced tea with mine.
Yeah, you did say that. I loved it. That was really funny. I gotta try that though. Whenever I hijack one of your Sunday fun days, you gotta make me a cocktail like that. All right, social media.
All right, so you can hear these buttery sweet voices. I'm jumping ahead. Okay, so you can actually find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Geek Bros with a zero. That's GEEK BROS. Sorry, BR0S. I can't spell or add apparently because it's numbers. You can actually find us also on Facebook.com with Geek Bros with a zero. Or you can send us your emails. We've already talked about we want emails. Are you concerned about Jotaro's internet? I am. Cosplay pictures. We like puppers and doggies and kittens. If you have ferrets, I'll look at those pictures too.
Darflex wanted sketches or drawings of Jotaro doing something. I forget what it was. You guys got to check that out. It was really funny.
Actually, just feel free to do anything you like. You know what? I challenge you guys, those out there listening, take our images and have some fun with Photoshop. Send it to us. We'll put it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe. We'll see, depending on what it is. But yeah, most likely we'll probably put it up anyways.
No, this is a family podcast or not. We're still going to put it up, no matter how many books you put in.
Well, that thing is Twitter. There's
Allegedly,
no censorship.
A family podcast.
Now, after listening to these sweet, amazingly buttery voices and so sensual as they are, if you would like to peer upon these beautiful men that we are, non-toxic masculinity,
I got horny.
Please go on youtube.com/Vibrev Studios. That's VIBEREV STUDIOS to see this café con leche, milk chocolate, and some rusty vanilla. Because everyone needs a rusty vanilla. Or rusty trombone. Either way, I'm sure Joe can help.
Why can't I get the...
He said café con leche, milk chocolate, and some rusty vanilla.
I hereby change my goddamn flavor.
To what? Irish Spring?
Actually, I love Irish Spring. That's
Irish cream? We do Irish cream.
Thank you. Irish cream. Oh, all right. This is the first time you've ever said something like intelligent. Good job. Thank you. I'll do that.
Actually, hold on. Let's try this again. How about if you'd like some café con leche?
There you go.
Okay. Some nice creamy milk chocolate or some Irish cream. You can either way. It's going to be very, very pleasing to the eyes.
So it's not what he says, it's how he says it.
It's
right.
actually it actually works perfectly. I don't have.
Some Irish cream.
Thank you so much. All right, well that's that. So the Comic Con.
We can actually make Darth Flex Kahlua now.
We'll discuss when he gets back, because of course he's the connoisseur of all of this. So with that being said, the Comic Con Special Part 2 starts now. The San Diego Comic Convention, or Comic Con International, is a California non-for-profit public benefit corporation organized for charitable purposes and dedicated to creating the general public's awareness and appreciation for comics and related popular art form.
Oh, don't forget to add this to the beginning of 2 and 3.
Absolutely, I'm going to do that right now, including participation in, as an inside joke if you didn't watch Part 1 or listen to Part 1, so keep up. Including participation in and support of public presentations, conventions, exhibits, museums, and other public outreach activities which celebrate the historic and ongoing contribution of comics to the art and culture. So we're going to jump right into open mic.
Open mic.
That's what I'm talking about. Every episode of Robotech is now available for stream free. Robotech is a strange chimera of a television series cobbled together from 3 different Japanese animation shows: Super Dimension Fortress Macross, Super Dimension Calvary Southern Cross, and Genesis Climber Mospeda. It, along with Voltron, was the major Western introduction to giant mech anime genre, even though I would say that Gundam Wing is what really jumped us in there. But
Thank you.
Giant robots fight and fly around. It's now playing on Filmrise streaming service, the Roku channel, or Vudu, all of which provided for free. So you guys should check it out. And again, all these discussions that we're talking about comes from Gizmodo.com. That's GIZMODO.com. This is our complete, comprehensive look at this year's Comic Con. We're gonna move on to Rick and Morty.
Real quick, just to give you guys a heads up.
Yep.
When it comes to Robotech, one of the very few people that I know, actually we all know, that is a massive fan, is actually Renee. Mm-hmm.
Renee. Oh, you mean that guy that used to participate in Geek Bros and fell off the face of the planet?
Ooh.
He's been racing cars.
The shade.
Okay.
I'm just saying he's been racing cars.
I've been editing.
Ooh.
I'm too.
More shade.
But definitely we do miss Renee, because Renee was even before Jotaro really jumped in and then filled a position. Renee literally did say, I wanted to be the 4th Geek Bro, and he did. He for a hot minute he definitely filled in that spot. He was on the podcast. He participated in the mini-sodes. So Renee, if you're listening or if you're watching,
we miss you, buddy.
Come back around. Come back. You're still around. So it was fun. We enjoyed it. What happened to our guests? When we did our reboot, we had a bunch of guests every week. Now we have no more guests. Why are we getting any more guests?
Because we're hogging all the airtime.
That is true. That is true. But yes, if you'd like to be a guest on Keepin the Geek Bros and you have something geek-tastic to discuss, or you want to talk about a thing, I'm talking to you, Squeezy Bits. By all means, email us and we'll throw you in there. It is all inclusive as long as you have something to say. What? Who's the poor guy?
You said why did you just target him for?
Because Squeezy Bits sends me articles every week, and I'm just like, yo, just come on here and discuss it. That's why I give him his own Squeezy Bits picks, because he's got some good stuff. And I'm just like,
is he coming back on here?
Eventually.
I heard he was.
Well, the next time Darflex calls him a pussy and gets him on here, he'll be on here. Plus, if he ever wants to get these sweet smoking grenade stuff so we can do our things, because his stuff isn't here, he's got to get back on. So, and by the way, we got to plan that. Jotaro, I don't know how you're going to be involved in this, but we'll figure it out.
Oh,
so,
I already actually know. All I need is a golf cart, some duct tape, and a laptop.
That sounds really kinky. I don't know why I got aroused when you said that.
Yeah, I didn't get aroused at all. I did
though. Yeah. Yes, I mean you're impotent. So, but we're gonna move on to Rick and Morty's cast and crew share a teeny bit of season 4 news. Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland state that the long gaps between seasons are finally a thing of the past. No trailer was presented, but some first look clips were screened. Season 4 is set to debut in November on Adult Swim, but there is a Season 4 Adult Swim clip that we're going to play a minute of, and we'll check this out right now.
I think I've seen this. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay, Flutie, take the app down.
Can I take it down? It's your app.
I'm just hinting. That's not how apps work.
Then make it how it works.
This isn't how making things work.
Get it off the server. You think we're stupid, but we're not. We know apps have something to do with servers.
The server's on the mothership.
Where's the mothership?
It's coming.
Take us to it.
No.
Yes, shake it more, Morty. That was working.
Take us to the mothership.
Okay, don't hurt me.
An ominous beeping app. You can't stay mad at a guy with this kind of talent.
Dad, you can and you have to.
That was funny though. I like that a lot. That was really funny. That was really funny. He had a beeping thing and they thought he was gonna explode, so they were he's trying to get out the window. that tickled me. All right, so I don't even have to ask you guys, but I'll do it anyway. Who's excited for Rick and Morty season 4? Yeah, that's what I thought. No, you guys can't raise your freaking hands. This is a podcast. I have to hear you.
Oh my God, sorry.
Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm fucking excited. I can't wait. I'm going to cream my pants on every episode.
All I wanted to know was a simple yes or no. You didn't have to go that.
Sorry.
Okay, because you don't.
No, the excitement is just kind of there. It's always been there ever since I heard. I can't wait. I'm sorry. I'm just.
I thought you were gonna eat something with that. Kind of like
eat something.
Oh.
I got super excited. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're licking your fingers and everything. That was crazy.
It's excited than when we were covering all the dicks on the Mario Maker. So all right, we're gonna move on to.
Oh my God! Where's Dark Flex when you need him?
I know, right? Flex is friggin'. He better send me an audio file just in case he doesn't send me an audio file.
He's in Brazil.
Dark Flex in Brazil. He's getting his cartel ready for the Geek Bros. So we're waiting for him to get back here. It's a shame because we really would love to have been here for this 3-part special. But he does send his wishes or whatever. There should be an audio file before the first episode, but I don't know, first part. But we'll see because Dark Flex hasn't sent me anything yet, and I gotta prepare this thing tonight. So we'll see. Moving on to the Watchmen trailer showcases vigilante cops, squids, and Dr. Manhattan. Tick tock, tick tock. The doomsday clock is on the way to midnight, and the Watchmen are out in force. The series leaps forward 10 years into the future after Alan Moore and David Gibbons' original book. So we're gonna play the trailer right now. It's a 3-minute trailer, so hang in there with us. Then we're gonna discuss it.
This is a sting up! Who are you?
Who am I? If I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't be wearing a mask.
There are people who believe that this world is fair and good. It's all lollipops and rainbows. We don't do lollipops and rainbows. We know those are pretty colors that just hide what the world really is. Black and white.
Soon thou shalt save us, and we will whisper, now.
We convinced ourselves that they were gone, but they were just hibernating.
They came for everybody. All please.
Coordinated simultaneous attacks at the homes of Tulsa PD. So the cops hide their faces, and now the bad guys don't know where they live. And who doesn't want a secret identity?
Ta-da!
People who wear masks are dangerous. We should be scared of them.
Why?
Because they're hiding something.
Lori Blake, FBI. You know how you can tell the difference between a masked cop and a vigilante?
No.
Me neither.
There's a vast and insidious conspiracy at play. I told you about it. My head would explode.
Who are you?
Maybe, I'm Dr. Manhattan.
He lives on fucking Mars.
You curse too much.
Oh, shit.
Nothing ever. Only just begun.
So, because he was doing this movie, is that the reason why he didn't, come back to play as Scar
Say that
in
again.
The Lion King?
Ooh. Oh my God, Jeremy, he was Scar's voice, huh? No, I mean, I'm pretty sure they chose not to bring him back. I mean, I'm pretty sure they could have brought back most of the voice talent from the and they chose not to, except for James Earl Jones, which is, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, they had to.
I mean, it says who, but I mean, I think James Earl Jones is as to Mufasa as Jeremy Renner is as to Scar. So I mean,
absolutely, I agree.
But
that is true. That's true.
Gentlemen, as anybody, look, I loved. Okay, first, I never read any of the Watchmen comics. I love.
Really, you never did?
Well, it's really not so much a comic as a graphic novel.
Graphic novel. Graphic novel.
It's just like a one really thick book. It's actually not bad.
No, I'm not against it. But I loved the movie. That's what got me into it. The Watchmen movie was the jam. Like when I saw that trailer, I had to watch it, and I loved every minute of it. Though there was a lot who actually did not like it because, especially since the end of it was not faithful to the graphic novel adaptation. It didn't translate well. But this actually is a follow up to the actual graphic novel, not the movie.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty amazing. Are you guys at all interested in the Watchmen series? Are you gonna check this out when it comes out?
100%. I read the books. Yeah, I'm definitely into this.
Same here. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna check it out. I mean, I thought the movie was pretty good. I wanted to see more, so we'll see eventually how it all works out. But I'm interested. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'll probably check out a couple episodes and then we'll go from there.
All right, now I'm excited. Maybe we might review this thing. I wouldn't say reading is fundamental, but in that vein, like what we're doing with the Love, Death, Robots.
Read the book, man. Read the book, vibe.
Yeah, we can do reading is fundamental review on the Watchmen.
It's a great read, man. It really is.
You find me a place where it's free, so I don't have to buy it, and I'll absolutely do it.
Yeah, well, moving on from that.
I'm just saying because I mean I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not a real comic book person. I don't really buy.
I have the book. I'll just mail it to you.
Yeah, no, come on over. We'll see it. All right. We're gonna. Joe Taro's in New York. Yeah. And we're
instead of mailing it over, you're gonna have him, fly down and give it to you to jump back on the red eye.
No, he's not to jump back on the red eye. You can hang out for an afternoon or two.
An afternoon or two is fine with me. Well, maybe a whole week.
Get yourself a motel right by the airport, and
that's too damn far. That. Stop it.
No, it's not. Far for who? For
every fucking body. Everybody.
Fort Lauderdale Airport is right around the corner. It's not even that far. Just don't go. Just go. If you go to Miami, you'll there's no point. So I'm just saying.
All I can say is that I'll definitely I'll be able to help with that situation. So we can talk about that afterwards.
That sounds interesting. We're gonna move on to boldly go on another short trek adventure. Now, short treks, the anthology series that gives us a bite-sized of varied bits of storytelling from across the Star Trek universe. There will be 6 new episodes, each telling a small story, at least one of which will feature Tribbles. Another will feature Spock and the Starship Enterprise #1 stuck on an elevator, while yet another one will be a teaser for the upcoming Star Trek Picard, offering a sense of the hero's history leading from Nemesis to the new series, 15 years after his last canonical appearance. So we're going to pop in that quick teaser trailer, and we're going to talk about it in a second. Stay tuned.
Sir, Ensign Spock, reporting for duty.
No need to shout, Ensign Spock.
The Enterprise picked up a distress call from the USS Bowman. I need you to let me out of here.
You're a prisoner.
Your orders carry no weight anymore.
When this is all done, you'll never see the inside of a starship again.
Ooh. This is awkward.
People don't talk in elevators.
I've observed that, sir. Fascinating. Which version of the OS are these ship's computers running? Do the food synthesizers use the Gupta or the Katzmann glucose matrix? Have you ever considered that the prime directive is not only not ethical, but also illogical? Do you like eggplant?
Is that a dick joke?
People call them tribbles.
Pretty darn cute.
Aw.
There's been a lab breach.
I made one of the most important discoveries of our time!
Don't show any weakness, or they will eat you alive.
I just realized that was Archer.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Good luck out there, Captain.
That was an odd way to end that trailer. But yeah, so we've got new short treks. And funny thing though is that I haven't watched any of the short treks because when I got into Star Trek Discovery, I saw season 1 and then season 2 came out right afterwards and I just started getting into that. This was like fun. The best thing about season 2 for me was the guy playing Captain Pike. I absolutely loved it. So the fact that they have 1 or 2 on the Star Trek Enterprise with him is gonna be fantastic. Jotaro, I know you're not interested, but will you be catching the short treks potentially, Garbanzo, if you ever catch up to this All Access?
How do you get the CBS All Access? Because I don't even. Is it you get to pay for it, or
you gotta pay for that shit, man? Like you gotta pay for everything else.
I'm gonna miss the show. It's gonna be horrible.
No, but it's only I think it's $5 a month. Just pay for 1 month, binge watch it, and then cancel your service, or come over and watch it over here.
Yeah, go leech off the vibe.
So, I mean, you might as well. I mean, Jotaro does it all the time anyway. So
I do, yeah. Whenever I go there, I just take all his food and his women.
Yeah, well, no, you bring your own, you know. but you don't leave with them. So, moving on. We're gonna move on to the CW's Arrowverse Fall Sizzle Reel. So we've got Arrow's dramatic final season clip. We're going to jump into that right now. It's a bunch of trailers. You guys are going to love this junk.
Good job.
Oliver Queen. Man who channels his hubris and anger and calls it strength. I've seen your future, Oliver. Inexorable and unavoidable. I have watched you die.
Living. It's not for the weak.
You can survive this. Make it whole. Make it better.
Everything about you just became so unbelievably clear.
You need someone to remind you who you are.
Are you the man in this picture?
Crisis is imminent. Someone is coming. Someone far, far more powerful than myself.
Years on a deserted island and you came back a vigilante. Seems a little far-fetched.
one more thing I gotta do.
Yes. That's it. That's the final season of Arrow, and you can't beat. It was the scissor reel. Basically, was a good chunk of. I mean, I don't really like the editing of it. The editing kind of jarred me. It was a little annoying, but that was a quick scissor reel for the final season, and you saw everything from the past. The final season of Arrow premieres Tuesday, October 15th on CW. Thanks a lot for that, Joe Taro. So we're gonna move on to the Flash. Who's ready for this? You ready for this, Joe Taro? This is all you.
Yeah, I
You're
prefer the Flash.
jumping straight to the Flash?
Yeah, why? Did you want to talk about Arrow real quick? What happened?
Right underneath the arrow, you do have Supergirl.
No, I'm doing I'm doing Supergirl aspects right here, but I switched it. I don't want to see that right now. I'm feeling too good. I'm going to Arrow, then Supergirl. I'm not skipping that. I have it here.
Okay, just checking.
Okay, so Bloodwork is coming to the Flash season 6. So let's listen in.
My name is Dr. Ramsey Rosa, and for the last decade, I've spent my life dedicated to a single cause, helping others fight the diseases that plague humanity. But not anymore. And it's all because of them.
Fast and Furious scene.
You see, there are many cancers in this world, and they all wear different faces. Some are doctors, like me. Some of them seek out the truth, regardless of the consequences. Others mock the very science they worship.
We just ran out of time.
But the most dangerous ones are those who call themselves heroes. They claim to fight for the things that matter in life. Truth, family, law, order. And most of all, for life itself.
Why is it every time I come to visit, there's always a crisis?
But it's all a lie. Because in the end, there's only one battle, one thing to fight against. An eternal enemy who must be eliminated forever. And that's death itself.
Are we under attack?
The scientifically impossible probably will happen. I don't need to understand them. Just tell me what I can do.
No one has to die. Ever. Again.
Yes. That's the Flash debuting. When is it debuting? Where is it? It's not even telling me when it's debuting.
July 20th?
No, it was July 20th was the panel. Did I write it down here? No, I definitely did not. But it is debuting. I would have assumed it's in October alongside the Arrow. But yeah, Bloodwork is coming. I cannot wait for that. That looks so friggin' hot.
Yeah.
Stop repeating the every year is a new like speedster. They have been on point. I mean, like, what was it? What was the first guy? The brain guy? I forget his name. And then the other guy, I forget his name too. Oh, shoot. But the last season,
the other guy,
season 4 and 5's villains were fantastic. I just remember their names.
The other guy.
You look like you're contemplating something there, Haas. What's up, Garbanzo? What's in your head?
It gives me an inkling of Blackest Night.
Blackest Night is isn't that from Green Lantern?
Yeah, but basically, Blackest Night is when it's basically death itself becomes a force, kind of like the different spectrums of the lantern. Like there's the Green Lantern, Red Lanterns, so on and so forth. It was basically this the end of world scenario, where the actual dead heroes came back to life with these death rings. They actually had enough, they actually came back to life, and they had green power S rings, but by death. And it was very similar, kind of oozy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the whole no one ever has to die again. I mean, I'm kind of curious.
And here's the thing. I don't know if you're following Arrow and but a quick spoiler, which is funny what you're saying, is that we found out last season that John Diggle, which is the former bodyguard, a friend of damn, what is his name? Oliver Queen, that he has a stepfather, and the stepfather's name is General Stewart.
Oh, so Jon Stewart.
So that's how they sprinkled it in. I watched the episode, and it's General Stewart. He was in the army, and that's his stepfather. And so yeah, John Diggle's character, stepfather, is General Stewart. I forget his first name. So you could be right. No. John. What, the general? The general's first name is John?
Jon Stewart was one of the...
No. I'm talking about the first name of his stepfather. I only remember them calling him General Stewart. I don't remember what the general's first name, his stepfather's first name is. I know that it's Jon Stewart, but I'm saying that's how they're doing. So it could be that you actually might be hitting it on the nail right there, Girl Bonzo. So I'm interested. Cannot wait. So I know you threw it in my face thinking that I skipped it, but I didn't skip it. So okay. Didn't skip it. I just moved it.
Silent treatment.
Okay, he did. So a long shimmering conflict takes center stage in Supergirl season 5. Here's the clip.
I thought after Baker got ousted, people would be motivated to fight harder than ever for social change. And it seems like they're all just hiding behind their gadgets. Technology makes escaping an addiction. What happened to the simple pleasure of greeting another person with words? No one's paying attention to what's actually happening in the real world.
I trust in technology, not people. Not anymore. People are governed by feelings. Anger, hurt, sadness, rage.
Your friends have been lying to you from the start. Every last one.
Leviathan is coming.
This is a special moment in time. We're on the precipice of wondrous things. I'm determined to have Obsidian tech in every household within the year. Obsidian North will change the fabric of what it means to be human.
I'm not a villain. I don't want to kill Supergirl. I just want her to experience the same hurt she inflicted on me. And soon enough she will. Kara?
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, somebody's wearing pants now. All right, so it's plainly obvious if anybody has seen Smallville that this is so really old.
Really?
What?
Dude.
Smallville?
That's what you're compared to Smallville.
Yeah, because the conflict that's going to happen between Kara and apparently Lex Luthor's sister is very eerie and similar to the nonsense between Lex Luthor and Clark Kent in Smallville. The whole mistrust, lied to me and you. And so like the minute I saw that, I'm like that because Lex Luthor the entire time in Smallville and if Flex was here, he because he's rewatching it. It was he was always like, who are you? What's really going on? And it was always like a friendship, but a very
he always kind of like had the question
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
This looks like the same thing. It looks literally like it feels like they're channeling their inner Smallville with the conflict between Lena Luthor and Kara. So I mean,
I think it is.
All I know is that whoever was in the president's office, and that's Luthor Tech right there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was Lex Luthor. The bald head. They actually casted Lex Luthor, apparently. This just shows you how much I haven't seen of the series. But if that sizzle reel was kind of hot, I might need to check back in and see what's going on.
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at this, and I was like, where'd all these characters come in? I only saw like the first season, and it was some really cool stuff I saw in the first season. I'm okay with the show.
So you never saw it when it crossed over to the CW then? You only saw it when it was on, I think, ABC or something like that?
Yeah. I watched it when it was ABC, but I also... I liked it better when it started transitioning to CW.
True, very, 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 very true. So, out of the three of them that we just did, now of course, I didn't put Black Lightning in this because Black Lightning is not part of the Arrowverse, and they didn't do one for.
I thought they were.
Not yet. They're not yet. I don't know what they do. Maybe it's on a different Earth, but they have never crossed over yet, and I don't know if it's ever gonna happen.
Kara's on a different Earth too.
But she crossed over. Black Lightning has yet to cross over. And they've never. Kara crossed over in season 1. Way back. Even when the show was on a different network, she crossed over with Flash.
Yeah.
So I mean that's just that.
Hold on. Wait, have you guys heard recently? I'm not sure that they're adding the movies is corresponding with the shows.
No, where'd you hear that? They lied to you.
No, well, it may have been a rumor from Comic-Con by some stupid nerd, but I read on Facebook that they were talking about the DC movies.
The multiverse
are making an appearance in Crisis.
Well, maybe I don't know. I don't believe so because what I do know is that Brandon Routh, who played Superman in
he's
Superman Returns,
Kingdom Come Superman. Yeah,
correct. And he's also the Atom on Legends of Tomorrow. So
I want you, Vibe, when you get a chance. I really want to know if this is like a credible source that someone has said about this because I'm curious to see if like that's true or not. I really want to know. It would be amazing.
But it's not gonna happen.
It'll never happen.
It'll
never happen. You know why? It's DC. They're only good at animation and TV shows. That's it.
Yeah, it won't happen. I mean, if they really wanted to revitalize the brand and really because they have a core fan base on the CW. If they really wanted to, they would do it. I would say, listen,
they could.
Dump some money. They could, but they won't. It won't happen. You're not going to see Ben Affleck. You're not going to see Henry Cavill. You're not going to see Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot. You're not going to see Jason Momoa. You're not. You're not.
So what if I'm right?
If you're right, I will pay for your plane to come down here and throw a pie in my face.
Okay, then I'm going to throw my hat in.
Okay.
I'm just serious. If you're right.
No. If I'm right, the both of you have to buy a pie, preferably key lime pie, and on air you need to throw it in your face.
No, why am I going to waste the key lime pie?
So take half.
Because key lime pie is disgusting.
No, actually, it's not.
Dude,
what are you, stupid?
It's amazing.
How dare you?
How about this? I'll buy a banana cream pie because it's funnier.
It is funnier, but it's also very good.
Stupid. We're moving on. All right, before we move on, what if any of the shows you guys are interested in watching this season?
Flash, and that's it.
For me, I want to catch up on Arrow so I can get towards the end. Flash, I'm excited for. Supergirl, I'm excited for. And there's a couple other things coming up that I'm excited for as well.
I know that's right. Yeah, I only care about Flash and Arrow, and
You're gonna watch Supergirl. You're gonna watch Supergirl. Why are you kidding yourself? You just said it yourself. You're just like, ooh, I might have to revisit this. That sizzle reel.
No, it did.
That sizzle reel sizzled.
But for all I know, all they sizzle was just the sizzles part of it, and not the cold fatty parts that I want to see. So we'll see. I mean,
that's what sizzles. It's the fatty parts.
I love it. That's what the flavor is, right? All right.
You're welcome.
Speaking of the CW, Burt Ward joins the CW's Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. Now, Burt Ward played Robin from the original 60s Batman TV show, and he will appear in that crossover. Crisis on Earth.
That's cool, man.
So we don't know who he's playing. It would be nice if he's playing an old Robin, but Batman has never showed up on that series anyway, ever. So We don't know. We'll see. It'd be interesting if they have, because if they have Kingdom Superman, it'd be great if they had the Dark Knight Returns Batman. You know what I'm saying? It'd be kind of cool.
He may play Jeffrey. Not Jeffrey. Oh, actually, what about that new series that's it's all about the butler? What's his name?
Oh, that I just saw. That's Pennyworth. It's what it's called.
Yes,
Pennyworth, and it's just random. But it screams Agent Carter. I'm sorry, it screams Agent Carter. I saw the trailer. I'm just like, if you ever watch Agent Carter?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, man. Oh, Agent Carter followed Sharon Carter from the Captain America series. And she was hanging out with Jarvis, the butler of Howard Stark. So, and that's what the series was pretty much about, them two going on zany adventures. Well, or following a story or whatever. They were partners. So this is just Pennyworth with meeting Thomas Wayne and going on adventures. I.e. Sharon Carter, that series. So
okay, just
saying. But I mean, it looks interesting. So I don't know. But yeah, that's it. I can't wait to see that. So let's move on. Since we got, because I'm really excited about getting to the Marvel news, and we just gotta one more Marvel less thing to do, and then we'll get into it.
One more Marvel less thing to do.
Two things. We've got board the train of revolution is Snowpiercer's first trailer.
Please TBS watch this trailer.
Huh? TBS Snowpiercer television series, a post-apocalyptic saga about a giant train with the last remnants of humanity that's forced to constantly encircle the globe. Jennifer Connelly finds herself wrapped in a conspiracy that threatens the train's social structure and quite possibly humanity itself. Let's run the clip.
No.
Attention all passengers. The temperature outside is minus 119 degrees Celsius. We are 6 years, 9 months, and 26 days from departure. For your personal safety, be prepared to brace. Snowpiercer is all that's left of the world. Mr. Wilford runs our train based on 3 principles. Can I borrow you for a second? Work, honor, and order. Each of us in our place.
Never forget who you are.
Natalie.
We figured out a way to survive in the shadows. How about we leave this hell behind?
Here's an idea of traveling up train. And all it needs is a spark.
We march to the engine!
What is it you see when you look at this train?
I'll see a fortress to class.
I see a balance of need and speed and greed. I see 3,000 souls surviving on a planet determined to freeze all life in ice. We're so in motion. Crush every last spark of this mutiny now. Forever. I'm fighting to do what I know is right. Once you pass through that door, there's no turning back.
Yes. Okay. I don't know if you. All right. Well, Jotaro's in and out because he's a sucker. But have you seen Snowpiercer, the movie with Captain America? What's his name? Chris Evans?
No.
Dude, so good. The movie is so good. It's so good.
Okay, look. It's literally about a classless society.
Yes.
On a never-ending train ride.
Correct.
With cold outside.
Yes.
Okay. I don't care how many twists they try to put into it.
Mm-hmm.
Ending is only one of two ways.
Okay.
The asshole rich people win, or the cool broke people, the poor people win.
Okay.
Either way, it's been done to death in 1,000 different ways. There is, I can't get behind this.
No, let's say they win, but then I think the real interesting is that when it's clear that the what they call tailies, the ones the disenfranchised, they're gonna win. But I think the more interesting part is when they win. You see, you know what we never see is when the underdog wins. That's it. It's all smiles and jelly beans and great. We never find out. Okay, well, once they win, how do they change things? How does it work out? What is the political intrigue behind that?
You want to know how it works out?
How?
Read Animal Farm.
Okay, that's fine, but you don't see that very. But you don't see that very often.
The people in power are going to turn on the ones who are below because because absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Assuming, they can go that route, the easy route. And even
9 times out of 10, that's how it goes.
No, that's how it goes maybe in real life, but when it comes to narrative prose, you don't have to make it go that way. That's why one of my favorite books in the new Star Wars EU is Bloodline, because it's political. It's all about politics, and you find out a little bit more about, okay, the rebels won, but what did they do to try and make a new republic? Just knowing, going from, that's what really bugs me about Star Wars Jones, that they skipped over. Fine, rebels win, we start back again, and the new republic's blown up. We have no idea how they did it, how they built it up, how hard it was to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's more interesting because we never see that aspect, and that's what I'm hoping that the Snowpiercer. I think Snowpiercer is going to retell the movie and the story, fine, but it's after that. That's what I'm interested in seeing, and I think it's going to be very interesting. Joe Taro is look at that. Look at that screenshot. Do you see it? Do you see a screenshot?
Is he frozen?
Yeah, he's frozen again.
They must have stuck him outside of the Snowpiercer.
No. Oh God, Joe Taro, what's going on, man?
Getting yelled at.
Joe
Taro.
Taro.
He's getting yelled at.
Look at now he's moving all slow. All right, that's really creepy. That's Fear the Walking Dead. All right, we're gonna move on to the last real quick thing.
My
Fantastic. So we're gonna move on to
my connection. It's just Thor.
I think someone found out about us. What happened?
Yeah, I think they're listening to us right now. They found out
someone has a new firewall.
But real quick, we're gonna move on to the last before we hit the Marvel announcements, because that's the big stuff. The Orville will move to Hulu for its 3rd season. So Seth MacFarlane's sci-fi comedy adventure, The Orville, surprisingly will not air on Fox. Now, basically, the idea is that because it's gonna take a little longer for season 3 to come out, and it wasn't gonna work with Fox's schedule, so Hulu picked it up, and so it gives them the time that they need to do season 3 justice. That's basically
at a good pace.
Yes, okay. So season 3 wasn't going to be ready on Fox's timetable. So that's pretty much the reason why. So I haven't seen season 2. Fox. I love season 1, but I haven't seen any of season 2. Any of you guys watch season 2?
I've watched some of season 2. It's actually pretty good. The show itself, I enjoy. It's like the best parts of Star Trek, but funny.
See, but I don't think that Seth MacFarlane's humor works well with the Star Trek universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing. I mean, the series has some great moments, and then it's like, oh, my dick hurts. You know, it's like, what? Like, that wasn't necessary. Like, you had a great moment there.
What was it? What's it called? Odyssey Quest? Or there's other one that there was the spoof on? Space Odyssey? I don't know. The spoof on Star Trek.
Yeah. Spaceballs.
No. This is that's the one that's spoof on Star Wars. It was actually a spoof with Tim Allen.
Oh, you mean Galaxy Quest?
Galaxy
No.
Quest.
Galaxy Quest. This
Okay,
is no, you
listen to
cannot.
me.
Galaxy Quest was great. Galaxy Quest did not rely upon fart and poop jokes like the Orville. Not to say Orville's bad,
No,
but
listen.
that was a really good spoof, and that
This is
had
what
some
I'm-
levity
this-
to it.
Here's what I'm trying to explain. I think it has the it's actually a little bit more almost like realistic, and the idea of like those are things
Which
that
part?
people actually laugh about.
Oh, what?
On Orville?
Galaxy Quest? Oh, the Orville.
Yeah, dude, the Orville, like the poop jokes, the dick jokes. Those are things that really people laugh about. Military
that's
people actually
comedy.
do military people usually are constantly making. Bro, perfect
You're
example.
right.
Look at Darth Flex.
Yes, but I get it. But Darth Flex, lives in this time. We're not pretending to be enlightened spacefaring people. They're taking the enlightened spacefaring idea from Star Trek and but throwing in a bunch of vulgarity into it.
First and foremost, just because we're spacefaring does not mean we're actually that much more culturally.
No,
Science.
Orville, the Orville is presenting that idea, is it not? The Orville presents it takes the TNG, we are enlightened human beings concept as the platform, and then they put poop and fart jokes on top of it. I'm not
poop
saying
and fart jokes. Come on.
It doesn't mix well, dog. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't mix well with the tone.
Vibe doesn't like it.
No, I love the show. No, I love the show. But I'm saying that there are some great moments that are ruined by Seth MacFarlane's kind of humor. It's like A Million Ways to Die in the West and Ted meets TNG. Those two don't mesh well, in my opinion.
Fantastic.
They just don't. Really? you uncultured swine. All right, that is the end of that. We're now ready for the big stuff. Marvel announcements.
Yay!
We're gonna throw.
We can actually probably go through these fairly quickly. Actually.
Are you in a rush?
No, I'm just saying we could.
Are you in a rush?
No,
not
right now.
Stop questioning the guy.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Kevin Feige introduces the main cast of the Eternals. Now that's Richard Madden as what is it? Oh God, can you read this? Is it
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Richard Madden as Icarus.
Is Icarus?
It's Icarus.
Icarus. Okay.
Angelina Jolie as Thina. Kumali Nanjiani as Kingo. Lauren Ridloff as Makari. Brian Tree Henry as Fastos. Selma Hayek as Ajak. Which is kind of weird because Ajak is actually originally a male character, but we'll see. Leah McHugh as Sprite. And lastly, Don Lee as Gilgamesh, the Forgotten One.
All right, this is predicted to release on November 6, 2020. That's gonna be the movie, and we are excited about that. Now, what does anybody? I know nothing about the Eternals. Any of you?
Me.
Well, you can raise your hand, but you need to be audible. By all means, give me a little bit of that, sucker.
All right, so basically, what the Eternals are basically they're actually evolved humans, and they're gods. They basically
so they're
human.
They're
basically,
humans.
Yeah, no. Basically, no. It was Inhumans are actually science experiments by the Kree.
Okay.
But this is actually more as a forced evolution from ape to man. During that process, a different branch came across that was actually by the gods was basically done very similar to kind of how the Kree did it, but instead of using their own DNA, they used their own DNA as well. But they were like they ended up having created these humans who were immortal. So it basically a perfect example. You take an Eternal's body and disintegrate it to particles. The particles will come together later on and form back together. Now they are actually the basis. They're actually the basis for all humanity's superhumans. So anyone with powers, whether they're mutant or whatever it is, or cosmic, their bloodline can be traced one way or the other to the Eternals. It is the basic idea behind it.
Wow, that's actually now. I have to admit, you just literally got me jacked up for this movie. I'm curious now about this movie. Huh? All right.
So they've been walking Earth. Apparently they live in the highest mountains, kind of very similar to the whole idea behind the Greek gods and so on. Okay. So Yeah, so that's why some of these names may sound familiar. Gilgamesh, Icarus, Athena, Phastos, and things like that. Their names are very similar because they had some kind of interaction with. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna move on to. Well, did you want to say anything about that, Jotaro? Do you have any? No, I didn't. He's drinking.
I know a little bit about the internals, but not as much as Garbanzo like that. Pretty much, yeah. I know I know they're like a very powerful group, but that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you. There you go. We're enablers. All right. So we're moving on to Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, Marvel has finally revealed the face of its long-in-the-works Shang-Chi movie. It's Canadian-Chinese actor Simu Liu.
God, you can't pronounce shit, man.
Okay, can you read that? S-I-M, is it Sim?
I'll do it right now. Simu Liu.
Why do you think it's a Simu? It's an I, you freak. Anyway,
Simu Liu.
My ass. He's been tapped to bring the martial arts superhero to life and will feature Tony
Leung
playing the Mandarin, and that is the real Mandarin, ladies and gentlemen. So the real Mandarin is actually going to be appearing in this movie,
and his name is Tony Leung.
And Jotaro, I hope your connection gets up again. So I didn't give a damn about this movie until that, because there was that Marvel one shot All Hail the King, and basically I think they infiltrated the place where Ben Kingsley character was, and they was pissed off that he was mocking the Mandarin, and they went nowhere with it. So I'm curious. That I'm interested in. What about you guys? Anybody interested in this?
I am. I'm a big fan of the of the series. I only read a little bit of it, but it's very interesting.
Really?
Character. Yeah, it's a very. I like martial arts. I'm a big fan.
I know of Shang-Chi.
Is he an Eternal?
No. I know of Shang-Chi. I don't know enough of Shang-Chi to even discuss it. But they sold me at the Mandarin.
Exactly.
I'm gonna watch it because of the Mandarin.
I want to see what the Mandarin. I want to see this play. I want to hear him be like, "You will never see me coming."
The one thing Marvel has been able to do successfully is create D-list comics and turn them into A-list movies. Okay, so
that is true. So
that is
right,
true.
You're right. So
yeah.
You know what? Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I have total faith in Kevin Feige.
Yes, good point. All right, we're gonna move on to Marvel. Just revealed its release dates and its logos for all the Disney Plus series. So we're gonna run through it real quick. It's Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It debuts fall 2020. Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan follow the characters. It follows their characters post Avengers Endgame.
So want to see that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. WandaVision debuts spring 2021. The series will take place after Endgame and will also include other MCU characters such as a grown-up Monica Rambeau. So that was the little girl that was in Captain Marvel. Loki debuts spring 2021. Tom Hiddleston returns, and we'll find out the trouble he gets into after Endgame's time travel shenanigans. So this is the Loki from an alternate timeline after he took the Tesseract and just went batshit crazy. The animated What If series debuts summer of 2021, featuring voices from the MCU past reprising their roles, except for Robert Downey Jr. So far, he's not on that list
because he's dead. Spoilers.
What is this?
What If?
The What If. This is the What If series.
All I know is that you know it's animated, right? Yeah. So
yeah.
Okay, so I'm more sorry. I am actually more excited about What If than the rest of the series because of the things that they can do with it. Yes.
Very true. They can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
Westworld's Jeffrey Wright will voice the Watcher, so that'll be interesting. They announced the Hawkeye series, and it'll arrive fall 2021. It'll explore more of Jeremy Reiner's character and his time as Ronin. The character Kate Bishop will also be part of the series, being trained by Reiner's character.
Nice, good.
So,
I'm glad they're going to show Ronin.
So yeah,
I'm very happy about that.
You already answered that. The What If is what you're excited about. Jotaro, what are you excited about most from this lineup of Disney Plus?
Honestly, I'm excited about the Loki. I am curious about what he did in that whole time travel scenario thing. I'm curious about that. No, I am. I'm just curious about it.
I just think we were. I think I'm Loki'd out. I had enough of Loki. I really like the fact that he finally died nobly. Excuse me. He died nobly in Endgame, and they should have left it at that. You know, I know it's not the same Loki, and he's still mischievous, and he's still playing around. But I mean, here's the thing: when people die, the only character that's died in the MCU is Quicksilver. Nobody give a damn. Okay, death needs to mean something. Nobody gave a damn. He was not fleshed out. He had a crappy accent, and he was done better in Days of Future Past. Let's be reasonable. That's the consensus.
Okay, all right.
What I'm trying to say is that by now death should be more permanent. Yes, Iron Man died. Yes, well, I don't know, because Vision is supposed to be back, but Vision supposedly died. Yes, wait, who else officially died? Gamora died, but she's back. So you see what I'm saying? It's
Black Widow.
Black Widow died, but they're bringing her in for a solo movie. So I'm just like, here's my problem. Yes, she's still dead from the present, whatever. Yeah. But my problem is that the only person so far that's really died is Quicksilver, and nobody even talks about him. You know what I'm trying to say? So, like, you would think that somewhere along the line, Wanda would be like, I had a brother, he was my twin, whatever. But
and not mentioned at least once, right? Not even once.
Never never mentioned again.
I'm telling you right now, wait for the series, and when she finally realizes if they actually flesh her out the way and they actually make her character as powerful as she really is, there's a whole lot of things coming. They're going to be changing. Wanda is by far the most powerful being in the MCU.
Powerful being in maybe the comics, but the most powerful being in the MCU is Captain Marvel.
She's not the most powerful being in the comics.
They said that. Who? She's not?
Wanda has completely changed. Maybe
in the movies.
Thanos,
yes.
No.
In the comics.
No, in the comics, what Thanos was able to do, what Thanos had to take a kill and get the Infinity Gauntlet with, she did it without it. So twice. So come on.
Really?
Yes. House of M is an example, and then the aftermath when she turned around and she made everybody a mutant, and then she took everybody's powers away.
So she
created children. She manifested children.
So that means she's Omega level.
Yeah, she's Omega. Yeah, she's beyond Onslaught level. To give you an example.
So she's more powerful than Legion. She's more powerful than.
She's up there with Legion. I mean, the whole thing is that her power itself is manipulation of reality and time. She is the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, I like that. Wow, that's hot. We're gonna put a pin in it right there.
I agree with you somewhat. I'm just thinking about like the other top 10 Omega level mutants that are very, very powerful, and I'm trying to think to compare to her. So yeah, you kind of got a good point. I mean, there are people like Vulcan, and even honestly, I didn't know this until last year. Iceman is
Omega level.
Omega level. I didn't know.
How? When?
He's actually immortal.
Yeah, I did not know that until last year.
Is that?
But that's actually recent. They've actually made him Omega recently in the last couple of years.
For what reason? Like why Iceman?
Okay, because Bobby Drake is a beast.
He's powerful, bro. He really is.
Okay. Sorry. All right. Well, all right. Cool. But on that note, we're gonna move on to Natalie Portman will be taking up the hammer as the mighty Thor in Thor: Love and Thunder. Now, Natalie Portman reprises her role from MCU as Jane Foster and will be taking up the hammer in Thor. Directed by Taika Waititi, and it's mentioned that Tessa Thompson at the panel that Valkyrie would also be looking for a queen in reference to her bisexuality. Valkyrie was supposed to have in Thor Ragnarok. What does this mean for Chris Hemsworth? That's the question I'm talking to you guys. What is happening?
I thought he didn't want to come back.
Huh? No, Chris said he would do Thor until the day he died.
But Thor: Love and Thunder says Jane Foster will be taking up the hammer as Thor, and Tessa Thompson will be
the mighty Thor vibe. She's named the mighty Thor.
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
Okay. Is there a difference?
Yeah.
There is? Because
Yeah.
isn't Thor his name, not a title?
Yes.
Is he Thor Odinson? The title is that his name or is that
That's
a title?
his actual name, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so then how is Jane Foster going to be then Thor then as well? And that's
Listen,
not. If,
now hold on. Do you think they may actually use this a chance to bring the Thor corpse out?
Thor what? The what?
The Thor corpse.
What the
There's
heck?
actually Thunderstrike, Beta Ray Bill, Thor. And
Oh no, I
think there's
heard Beta Ray Bill is being saved for like Guardians of the Galaxy or something. I don't know about that.
I really hope so. That would be amazing. I really do hope
That's
so.
what I said. But no, what I'm trying to say is that okay, so you don't have any concern for Chris Hemsworth's Thor since James Foster's gonna be being Thor in the
Not
movie.
at all.
So
Not at all. It's
okay.
okay. Here's the thing. In the comics, they did it in the comics, and it was temporary because Thor was unable to do it, and she came in and took the job, did the
I
job
can't see
well,
anything.
and then gave up her powers.
Okay,
yeah,
so
there's a frog Thor. I'm
okay,
not gonna lie.
so do we have to assume that Thor is gonna be a guest star in his own movie then? Is that what it is? His own franchise?
No, I think it's gonna tell the comic story that of when Jane actually takes the hammer for a while.
So he's gonna be then thrown to the sidelines then.
No, I think he's still gonna be a main character. But why can't you have two main characters in a movie? It happens all the time.
No, I understand that, but I don't see how you're gonna let her be Thor, Lady Thor, and then he can't be Thor. So then he's gonna then be a side character in his own movie then. That's what we're
okay. He was a side character in his last movie too.
Wait, Ragnarok? No, he wasn't.
Hulk was you could said that you could. It's gonna be a buddy cop movie, but instead it's gonna be with Jane instead of Hulk, and Valkyrie. I'm telling you, if they do it, if they do it right, this is gonna be. I have a feeling I may end up liking this one more than Ragnarok.
Okay, and I'll let you keep the peace. You seem very, very passionate about this. What about you, Jotaro? How do you feel about Mistress Thor?
A lot of this talk about the different Thors has actually got me to look up the backstory to the Thor corpse.
Yeah.
And it's funny, Garbanzo mentioned it. I'm reading something. I'm dying of on the inside. Did you know because Marvel has different Earths. Yeah. So in one of the Earths, James Rhodes was a Thor.
Well, yeah.
Jane Foster is from Earth 616. Mm-hmm. And she's a Thor, and also what got me was Groot.
Was a Thor?
Yeah, and
that'd be cool.
15513.
I would watch the hell out of that movie. You understand me? Thor Groot.
Oh
absolutely. James Gunn, make it happen for Guardians 3. I want to, and I want to see this.
If they listen, I would love to be able to see a Thor Corp. The same thing with I don't understand why DC's sleeping on that. They made one of the most successful the Green Lantern comic book was one of their best sellers. Has a fantastic storylines.
Because
they made a crap movie. They deterred so much away from what the actual storylines.
The animated show was way better.
It was
fantastic. Yeah,
yes,
very good animated show.
It was amazing,
and
I loved it.
If they were to do and Joe, let me know what you think about this one because I know that he may not be might not be as well versed on this. But imagine if they did Green Lantern, but a la Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that can work. As
long as they're not making any big green fists and punching demons into the sun, I'm all for it. So,
dude,
no,
that's the whole. But okay, listen, it all depends on which Green Lantern you're talking about. You're talking about Kyle Rain. Was it Kyle?
I'm all about John Stewart because of the Justice League. That's why I don't know any other ones. I don't care about any other ones. John Stewart is the man because of Justice League. Justice League is Justice League Limited.
He's too linear though. He's a sniper. So all his constructs are very, very like edgy and very organic. Like very like they're not very
rigid?
organic. They're very
rigid.
Like, yes, they're very
straight laced.
Just like blueprints. Like that's a lot of his constructs are very.
Okay.
Now I would prefer more of like I like how he's a little bit more off the cuff, but at the same time it would be kind of cool to see what's his face Kyle Rayner take over the spot.
It would be. I would actually be interested in seeing that.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on to just as a quick side note because we just said it already. Valkyrie will be MCU's first LGBTQ hero. So the answer is yes. Feige said of Valkyrie having an LGBTQ storyline. He goes, how that impacts the story remains to be seen with that level of representation you'll see across our films and not just Thor 4. So, yep, she's the first. I'm trying to get this. She's the first LGBTQ hero.
Yeah.
But
all this time I thought it was Captain Marvel.
Too soon. Shit.
Sorry.
That I watched Ragnarok closely. Wasn't there like a little hint at an attraction between them two? There's a little.
She's bisexual. So what's the? If anything, it'll be interesting to see that maybe she has to choose between which Thor, Jane Foster.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I really hope it's not going to be a love story between Valkyrie and.
Oh my God! It's called. What's the? Okay, real quick before you finish that sentence, what's the name of the movie again?
Which movie? Love and Thunder.
I'm just saying right there. I'm leaving it there.
I really don't want it to be a love story, buddy, because I don't want them to I don't know if you guys watched The Legend of Korra. If you know anything about that, you do know that they did a comic book follow up, and how it ended was like some random hookup between Korra and whatever her name was. And so the comic book that came out basically explored that, and Mako, I think his name is, he dated both of them. So they come back dating from the spirit world. He's kind of like, wait, you guys are dating? Like what the hell? I mean, he gets over it pretty quickly, but I don't want to see Thor in that situation where he kind of had a thing, budding thing for Valkyrie. He used to date Jane, and now them two are dating each other. I don't want to see that. I don't.
I think. Yeah, I mean that'll be interesting, but I think that Valkyrie may end up with, I don't know.
Or at least find Lady Sif and give Lady Sif to them, Thor. Then something. Thor needs some love.
I thought she died. She died.
No. They didn't say she died. She was
his sister.
Lady Sif is not his sister.
Oh no! I'm talking about. Sorry, I was thinking about the what's her name? The bag chick.
No. She was not on Asgard when
I was thinking about Hel. I'm sorry, I was thinking about Hel.
So Hela? Oh no. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to what was it?
If you need help pronouncing his name.
Yeah, I need help pronouncing his name. I'm sorry. Go for it.
Mahershala.
That doesn't sound right to me, but
Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali is Marvel's new Blade. The legendary Walker is back. Blade is returning to the MCU. No further details were announced about it, but just the casting. So basically, the story is that when he's been getting a lot of awards, he's becoming critically acclaimed. So he set up a meeting with Kevin Feige himself. So of course Feige's like, hell yeah, I want to talk to him because he's hot right now. Yeah. Basically, he's like, what's going on? What are you going to talk about? And and Kevin Feige said the first thing he said was Blade. And Kevin Feige said, that's a wrap. Green light it. We're doing it, and that's it. So that's why that's happening. And it'll be interesting to see how this fits in. I mean, you're throwing in vampires into the MCU. You know.
Okay, listen. All I know is this: if it wasn't for Blade, none of the Marvel studios would not exist.
I love the Godfather. I love all the Blades actually. I love Trinity as well. But here's the thing: can you imagine there being vampires in the MCU as it is now? Does that feel right to you?
Listen, I have no quarrel whatsoever having a bunch of bloodsuckers in there. Bring it in. More cannon fodder. I have listen, one of the great storylines that they
all inclusive. Everybody's all inclusive with Garbanzo. I want to find something that you really detest one day. I can't wait to hear you go off because I don't think I ever have had the pleasure of seeing something drive you nuts. But carry on. What are you saying?
There's been storylines where Dracula himself actually turns multiple characters. Morbius. They may actually bring Morbius out. Come on.
No. Is it Morbius a Spider-Man characters? But they're making a Morbius movie over at Sony. That's not going to happen.
No, they're not making a Morbius movie at Sony.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Oh God.
They're making a Morbius standalone movie at Sony. Check it out. Go on IMDb or wherever else you said you did. They're making it.
No.
It's happening.
Well,
Yes,
they have.
are. Oh, look at you! You look dead. You look dead in the water.
He looks very very nervous.
So
Very
yeah,
nervous.
all right. So Jotaro, how do you feel about this?
I think it's a good pick for Blade. I'm just so used to remembering and seeing Wesley Snipes as Blade that it's gonna take me some time if this hits. Like if him playing Blade is a big hit, then
Yeah.
I can eventually get used to seeing him as the main Blade. But I thought it was cool that Wesley gave him a little shout out in a positive way.
Well,
You
yeah,
know?
I mean, he was surprised he didn't know about it, and you would think that maybe because he's been trying. Wesley Snipes has been trying to work with Marvel to start something new
That's
for
what
a
I'm
while
saying.
now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's
So
been trying for a while, but he still gave him a positive, like, hey, welcome.
yeah, that's cool. So you know what I'm hoping for is to make Wesley Snipes the Whistler character.
Why
That'd be
not?
awesome.
That would
That'd
be
be
great.
awesome.
Why the
That'd
hell
be
not?
perfect. So
He needs to work anyways.
So exactly, we need to get more black actors. All right, speaking of black,
All right, hold on. Before I move on, Jared Leto is playing Morbius.
yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
I told you.
And then they have Tyrese Gibson as a rumored character.
To do what? No dead air. He looks dead. Look at him. Look at him. He's flabbergasted.
He's livid right now, man. Like he's.
You know what? No.
We'll get
you know what? Hey, you know what? So Sony did okay with Venom. It wasn't my favorite. They've done worse. There's at least they're not Fox.
They did.
Right?
Oh my god, they did. They did Into the Spider-Verse. That movie was off the chain.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
So let's just say that they do Morbius properly.
I gotta pee.
You can't wait till we carry on. All right, so we're gonna move on to the final topic. Okay, Black Widow footage revealed. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige was joined by Scarlett Johansson and director Kate Shortland and several other cast members to debut the first footage. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a quick written glimpse of what they saw. It began with a montage of Widow in all her Marvel movies, followed by a voiceover. I used to have nothing. Then I got this job, this family. It was better. I was better because of it. I've made mistakes. I can't go back. Then the Marvel logo appears, and a massive establishing shot, and the words Budapest appear on screen. Widow is walking into an old apartment building with her gun drawn. She's cautious. She says, I know you're out there. A voice comes from the inside. And she replies, I know you know. He goes inside and says, do you want to talk like grown-ups? Widow asks. She turns the corner, gun still drawn, still very cautious, and there, Yelena Belova, played by Florence Pugh, with her gun drawn. To be continued. So, that was what they showed. Hopefully they show this footage. They put it on YouTube eventually. But that was just a quick glimpse of Black Widow.
I'm looking forward to it.
This apparently takes place, after Civil War. That's what it says. I would assume they flash back to Budapest.
That's what I'm saying. They probably flash back, right?
Right, flashback, and hopefully that means that there's gonna be a cameo from Hawkeye.
Oh, yeah, definitely for sure. Because aren't they always talking about Budapest?
Yes. So there's no way they're gonna do Budapest. They're not gonna show Hawkeye. Maybe we're gonna see what was going on with Black Widow and why Hawkeye changes his mind. Maybe he sees her do something. So we'll see. Gentlemen, who's excited about Black Widow?
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm actually excited for it. I mean, I don't like her character at all, but I still watch it.
Why not?
I'm not a big fan of Black Widow. I'm not. Not for any like obvious reasons because she's a woman. I happen to I happen to love.
It's not, you're not because that's our flex excuses. So
exactly, yeah. I had a little dark flex. I had a little dark flex in me just now. No, but
everyone's had a little. I'm sorry.
Everybody needs a little dark flex. I know inside of them.
Okay. Anyway, family podcast. We family fucking podcast, bros. Come on. No, but I just was never really interested in her character, to be honest. Not really. That didn't feel like I was drawn in. Even in the comics too. Like and even in the animated shows, just never really felt.
You just like strong
I'm gonna watch it just because I like spy thrillers. So we'll see.
I'm hoping it's gonna be a good in the vein of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I'll
be happy if it's like Spirit, right? Like the Spirit, the Saint.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
With that, we're gonna wrap it up. That's it for Keeping Up the Geek Bros Comic Con Special Part 2. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. That's Geek Bros with a 0, GEKBR0S. Email us, geekbros@yahoo.com. Check us out tomorrow for Part 3 at WeBeGeeksPC.com.
That's Trey.
That's what? Oh, Trey. That too. Or watch us next week. All 3 parts that we put up. YouTube.com/VibeRev Studios.
Back to back.
That's right.
Or also could be San.
Okay. All San Diego Comic Con coverage comes from Gizmodo.com. That's GIZMODO.com. Gents, shameless promotions before we wrap up. Garbanzo.
All right, you can catch the Bean.
The Bean.
The Bean.
You can catch the Bean on the gram and also on Twitter on BEANTKE278. You can catch me at Garbanzo's Corner on Facebook, as well as check out some of my old YouTube videos on YouTube at BEANTKE278 as well.
Joe Taro.
You can find this guy on Twitter, JOETARRRO, and on Instagram, JOETARRO.
Also on the corner selling wares.
That's right. This is Vibe here. You can catch me on VibeRev Studios, VIBEREV STUDIOS. That's the Twitter handle, the Gram handle, the Facebook handle, and YouTube. So check us all out. Again, tell us what announcements most excited you, and we're going to read your responses and your opinions next week. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in. Geeking Out still sounds this good.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.